Hello and welcome to the Benelli Supersport review with TGS. Over the last 15 years or so, a lot of companies have produced clay shooting specific semi-automatics, whether that's the Fairbairn XLR Velocity or the Bretto A400 XL or any of these things. Well, this is Benelli's option. This is the Raffaello Supersport, an 8-pound semi-automatic. So what makes this so clay specific? Well, let's start at the back and have a little look at what you get. Well, you have the standard Benelli pull-off pad at the back here. You have the Comfort Tech stock, a very clever stock system that I'm sure you already know flexes through this joint here to actually reduce recoil as well as have all of these sort of softening agents. This doesn't come as standard. This step-up comb is actually aftermarket. However, the standard one just is flush with the stock. You have the carbon fiber effect, or as they call it, the unique carbon fiber effect stock. Very nice. You have fully adjustability with shims. You have the sling stud on the back, although I'm not sure why you'd use that on a sporting gun, but they are there. Suddenly you're into the action. The action we all know, the Raffaello action, is powered by the Benelli inertia system. Essentially, instead of having any gaswork in the fore end, you have a rotating bolt head, and it uses all the recoil to push this back, and then a spring in the back of the stock here to push that bolt back forward to pick up your next shell. Very clever, very reliable, not the fastest out there, but very reliable and very repeatable in itself. You have the sort of the two-piece action, so the upper of the action can come off to take the bolt out, so it's a very simple gun to strip and clean, not that it requires a lot of cleaning anyway. You can obviously pop the trigger unit out by taking that pin out. That's me done waxing on how reliable it is. Let's look at the aesthetics. So, the two-piece action, the top half obviously being steel, is blued. The actual action body itself is in brushed steel, and actually we have a lot of this sort of adverse brushing. It adds a really nice effect, a lot of real nice lines. The whole thing flows very, very nicely. It is a thing of beauty, this action, it really is. Standard Benelli trigger, nice, it's crisp, and standard Benelli safety there. Nothing too oversized, it's a nice sleek gun. The forend, again a standard Raffaello forend with its unique carbon fiber effect on it. The Creo barrel with the extended Creo chokes that are said to make brilliant patterns. And porting. It comes with porting as standard. Whether porting has any effect or not, we've discussed in various videos, and the answer probably is no, but it does look very cool. You have a step-up rib, and this is the last feature on it that makes it quite so smart. This step-up rib to a slightly wider double bead-sighted rib. This is a tapered 10 to 8mm rib, so it gives that effect of being very long, and this is a 30-inch edition. The thing you first notice when you pick this gun up is that it weighs 8 pounds. You know, usually when you pick up a Benelli, they are extremely lightweight. If I give you an M2, you'd go, well, that's a light gun because they're barely breaking 7 pounds. This gun at just shy of 8, well, it's a lump. But that is what you need in a clay gun. You need that extra weight for the stability that this gun gives. And I must admit, this whole thing comes up just lovely. There's a lot of mid-end weight with all this metalwork in the middle, and actually the whole thing moves very nicely. Perhaps a little bit unsteady. There's something about it I can't quite place my hand on that actually, if you want it to go somewhere, it goes there. However, if you try and track a line with it, it's not a great straight line tracking gun. It's not the sort of thing I'd want to be shooting super long crosses with, but in terms of getting on a target and getting to where you want it, it's not going to overshoot. It's a lovely, lovely gun. So that's a fair amount of features, isn't it? Given that it is just over £2,000. This gun retails at £2,200. You have the Comfortex stock, you have the Raffaello action, you have the step-up rib, the Creo chokes, the porting, everything. But there is an elephant in the room, and it's something that I actually have a bit of an issue with, and that is the carbon fiber effect. In this day and age, it seems strange that they didn't just put a carbon fiber stock on there. Yes, it probably would have cost them a little bit more, but I think it probably would have been worth it. carbon fibre effect, although the carbon fibre effect on these is better, I mean, it's vastly superior to just about any of the competition. These are getting on a few years old now, and actually I have seen some that have had hard work. I mean, this one here, you can see there's a large scratching, but the way they do it, actually, the effect isn't wearing. But it would have been nice to have it in real carbon fibre. I understand that would cost more money and so on and so forth, and these guys were quite early on the carbon fibre hype train to chuck their gun in on the offering, but there is something about it that I would have liked real carbon fibre, and wouldn't have begrudged chucking an extra couple of quid in the hat to get it to that next stage. But that's just me. Anyway, apart from that, there's not a huge amount more to say about it. It's a competition clay auto that looks really nice, and I would say as just a take out and have fun gun, it is really smart. It does what it's told when you put it to go somewhere, and what more could you want from a semi-automatic? So essentially, if you're after something that you don't really have to look after, but if you do, it's going to be really easy to look after, that looks pretty awesome, because, I mean, as much as the carbon fibre isn't real, it does look good. This could well be the gun for you. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care, goodbye, and I'll see you next time. One final note is that if you are buying this, it's probably worth contemplating buying a slightly lower model of Raffaello. Possibly, because there's nothing here that you couldn't do to one of the others. Potentially. But it doesn't say Supersport on the side, and doesn't look quite so cool. So, on that note alone, it's probably worth buying. Catch you next time.